What up, though? Tinman's podcast. I'm very excited today. I got a good friend of mine. She a mechanic. She drives cars, and she can shoot. And I'm like, okay, I might stay away for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But this podcast today is brought by the TG, the Gym Vista. It's right here, and what's it called? The Tabaro, the street.
Yep. Yep.
And we're open 24/7. Please come and join us if you're ever into fitness. You want to do something, get away. 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We're always open, and we just a big ass family that want to welcome more people to the gym. But today's podcast is exciting because we got a young, aspiring lady, very motivating. She's a go-getter, and I think she could do more things than most men can do nowadays, and that's kind of sad. Please introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Courtney Jane. I also go by CJ for short. I am a upcoming race car driver and a U.S. Army veteran. I served 6 years as a 91 Bravo, which is a wheeled vehicle mechanic. And as of today, I am now a full-time automotive content creator for myself and an upcoming race car driver. I wear many, many hats in this industry, so I won't go through all of them, but those are my two main big jobs that I do. And then I also now represent active duty military, reservists, retired, everyone in the military world, and I'm very proud to represent that as an upcoming race car driver, and I'm really excited to see where I'm going to go next.
And as a young lady, you know what I mean, being a female in this world, like, I feel like everybody's so caught up in, oh, I'm independent. I can do this. I can do that. Like, no, you can't, because you can't change a tire. You can't twerk a tool, you know what I'm saying? And you can do all that. And I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm just being real with it, you know what I'm saying? Most people say, oh, I make my own money. It's not even about that. It's about growth and mannerisms and just about being you, not what social media says. And I feel like you're very strong in that aspect. Like, you're you.
Thanks.
Like, you don't follow the crowd, and it's not good being the tail, you know?
No, and for a really long time, I think just growing up, I was very stubborn.
That's good.
I was very stubborn. I just have an older sister, so I'm just the youngest one.
Yeah.
And just like growing up, I was always, like in my friend groups, I was always like the follower.
Yeah.
And I never ever thought about being a leader because I didn't know about that. I just was having fun.
Yeah.
I always wanted what my friends wanted. I always wanted to do what they were doing. I always wanted to be the best at what I was doing, and I was I'm still very highly competitive. And
yeah, we know
eventually,
that. We know that.
Yeah, over time, it was just, I think when I had started getting into high school, that's when I kind of started realizing a lot of things about myself. I think a lot of people start discovering a little bit who they are.
Yeah.
Family life was a little bit rough for me emotionally and mentally.
Tell us about that.
Didn't realize I was like depressed. Growing up, like my parents argued all the time. There was no physical abuse from what I know of.
Yeah.
But when I was little, like my parents would always argue, and if they're watching this, like, we're good now, we're tight. Like we're on a good roll.
No, it's good, but that's what I want people to know, like about the arguments about like.
Like it affects you like as a kid, right? So, and I always love talking about this stuff, and I love and I crave like deep conversations because people don't get deep with anyone anymore.
No. And
they're really valuable conversations to me, and if I can, impact other people and have them see things in a different light.
Yeah.
I want to be able to shed that, and it's also like in my industry too as a whole. It's like no one ever they always talk about the highlights of stuff, but growing up, you're a kid and you're constantly always developing. As kids, we take things in and they're like sponges. They absorb everything, even if you think that they're not. They definitely are. All I remember as a kid was like, I had good parents. I, have a really good sister, and we bonded like way later in life. Yeah. But growing up, I feel like a lot of the times when I interacted with my parents, it was arguing. No one was, like crying, obviously, just like negative emotions, and it just sucked. Like I never understood that. I don't know. It becomes
custom, right?
Yeah, wasn't sure why. I just like, did my parents like argue all the time? So I didn't
Yeah.
want to be home. I always wanted to be at a
Yeah.
friend's house. But like, I was also, so I'm Sicilian and Filipino, very strict household. So I couldn't go anywhere. Like, I mean, I could hang out with
You,
friends, but my time
you
was like
got
short.
you got the mob ties and you got the
Yeah.
savage ties.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
I couldn't hang out for long, couldn't spend the night anywhere. So I was
Yeah.
like trapped in
Yeah.
my house like all the time.
I knew you were Asian.
Yeah. I'm half. A lot of people can't see it,
I
but
can
they
see
see the
it.
Italian genes. I'm like, yeah, I got
I can see it.
it.
That's good. That's
Thanks.
good.
So it's just, two very heavy, like, I don't know, not ethnicities, like races just
They are
clashing.
They are heavy.
They're both, yeah, it's just, I just feel like
One's jungle and one's on business.
it's just, like the best way for me to explain it was just, I mean, I don't think they were happy in the marriage at the
Yeah.
time. There was a lot of stuff that was going on. They were arguing about like little things, never really heard about anything big. And that's all I remember from elementary school all the way to high school and beyond that. And I can dive into that just a little bit so we can have a little bit more time on this podcast. I don't know if you're going to chop it up and stuff, but it's like literally all I remember. And like the trauma stuff of like when you go through a lot of it, it's weird because you can't really remember it. I just remember a lot of the arguing.
How does it affect you as a person, as a woman? How does it, what does it do to you?
Relationships
It does,
are
huh?
hard. Friendships are hard because all of that stuff that you're absorbing as you're growing up, it forms it. You're being molded into the person that you are today. And I'm only
Yeah.
26, so I'm still very young, and I'm still growing and developing into the woman that I want to become. And I'm in probably the middle of. I mean, I am in the middle of trying to fix that and like, owning up to my stuff and just being like, these are my issues and I want to fix it because I want to live a happier life. I don't want to live a depressed and anxious life anymore. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
It's killing me. It's killing, it can kill my career and eventually, it could possibly kill me.
It'll cut you off from everything.
Yeah, it does. It can.
It
And
will.
there's been times where where I thought it has. So it's all of these things, growing up as a parent, but growing up as a child, watching your parents argue and fight verbally and just being loud and rowdy, and then you having to go with your sibling in their room, or if you're a single child, I mean, it sucks, but it's like, you start disassociating.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you're like, well, I don't feel safe is probably the
Yes.
best thing. I don't feel emotionally safe with my parents anymore. I don't feel safe at all because they're in their own world and no one's paying attention to me. So I went to my
push you?
sister. Yeah, it did. Like it definitely created a barrier where it's like, I don't trust my parents anymore. Like I'm scared to tell them anything, especially my mom when she was very controlling in like the household. It was like, I couldn't open up to them about anything. I couldn't
Right.
open up to them about how I felt, what I was going through. Like even a simple, like, how was your day? Like, I was like, oh, it's good. They'd ask me like, what did you learn in school? And I'm like, same thing. Like, didn't really care about interacting anymore.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I was depressed.
There's
So
a fear.
yeah, I had friends, but not that many. And then just, it could affect, in sports too, it shows up where it's like you're really hard on yourself. But the two things that I have realized in life that like I still battle today is like being nice to myself. So like I had created a shirt, it'll probably be out by the time this comes out, but I created a shirt for like a constant reminder for myself and anyone else that reads the back of my shirt. It says, be nice to yourself. So that's one thing that I always practice every day that I've been battling ever since I was a kid. And it's been coming up a lot more recently, so I decided to make a shirt out of it.
Yeah.
And then the other one that, man, I had on the top of my head and now I lost it, is to be nice to yourself and like giving yourself grace too. Those are definitely the two biggest ones. Maybe the other one might pop in later.
You believe in God?
I do. I was raised Roman Catholic, and that came from my mom's side, and so we were always going to church. We were going to church pretty like religiously every Sunday on the holidays.
But do you believe in God?
Oh, yeah, I do. I really hope that after
Without the
everything
religion,
I've gone through,
just like
Yeah.
you as a person, do you
I
believe in
do.
God?
Yeah, I do. And like I started getting back into that recently because before it's like, I mean, I've always believed in that.
Yeah.
I always believed in something, not just because my parents put me through
Yeah.
it, but like just recently things have been like oddly lining up where things have been kind of coming back to me and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's kind of cool. And with the hard lessons that I've learned, it's like I kind of feel like God's just kind of like looking down. It's like, yeah, yep, she's gonna learn her lesson one way or another. Like he's looking down on me. He's like, she's doing okay. Or it's like, okay, yeah, she's doing pretty good. We'll give her, we'll give her some of this or some of that, and then. But sometimes, like when I'm in trouble with something, I kind of feel like he's just kind of kicking back, and he's like, I'm like, why can't you do anything about it, dude? Like, why can't you make me think? Like, could you have given me a better sign of like, dude, hey man, you're in trouble, or like this is not a good space for you. Like, do something about it. But again, like I believe that he has things planned for us. That I do believe. Yeah. The way that things have happened in my life, I was not expecting things to shift the way that it's been shifting, which I think is interesting. But yeah, like all of this stuff. I love that. How you're growing up as a kid, evolves into the person that you are today. And now it's like a lot of people are trying to fix that and battle that. Some people don't even want to see that within themselves, so they just kind of avoid it. And it's just like it's a really big thing. So with like parenting, like how you were saying before, of like how that affects the kid, and I just grew up to be very independent. I was independent, or no, sorry, not independent, codependent. I was very codependent. Yeah. I always depended on other people, and I could never be by myself, which was a huge problem. Yeah. I could never be by myself. Are you destructive when you're by yourself? I'm like emotionally destructive. Yeah. So I get you. Yeah, very emotionally destructive. Like, overthinking is definitely one. Yeah. But I've always been told that I was like a crybaby growing up. So instead of like crying, I'll just like hold it and bottle it in. I'll get angry, and then I'll let it out in anger where I start crying. Yeah. I used to lash out on people all the time. Yeah. I was like, that can't happen anymore because it's very immature. It's not very emotionally mature. Yeah. So I really needed to make that shift, and I've been through a lot of therapy and breakthrough therapy, and just have learned and put so many tools under my belt, and it's been helpful into becoming the woman that I am today. Because without all of that, like I'm glad that I now have proper guidance, and I've been feeling more emotionally present with myself. That's like good. Like mentally and physically, like more present with myself than I've ever been. But yeah, like it's these things that you learn as a kid, and like any other parents watching this, like you guys need to be really attentive to like your surroundings and how you're acting and what you're doing and your actions, because it's I've struggled a lot with all the things that I have just named, and I had to learn how to break away from that and learn how to become my own independent person, which was really scary for me, especially going through that kind of healing process and the trauma healing process, which I still go through today, and practice that every day, like actually trying to practice that. And it's not easy, but you want your kids to be successful. You want them to be, good in school and with their career, and like what, or even if it's not a degree and they want to go be a business owner, an entrepreneur, like you want to set them up for success. So give them the tools for it. And if you realize that, you don't have a good relationship with your kid, like you might want to rethink like what you've done, because every interaction and emotion that you're showing them, you're instilling something in them. I love that. And you're creating something. Yeah. You're creating them to be this, and it's like, especially in relationships, it causes issues. Oh, and that's hard too. Like in a personal relationship with your boyfriend or girlfriend, it shows up in that too. Those issues will show up, and people need to learn how to face it, and it's tough. Man, you know what? Jordan and I did a little post. We never posted it. I haven't posted it, about what you just said about with the kids. And you guys can combine that and cut that up however you like, because I know. I love it. Sometimes, like when you do podcasts like this, you're kind of like rambling, and you're like, no, stay on topic. And I'm like trying to keep the topic like all together. Actually, I don't stay on topic. He tells me all the time to like, you gotta have this and that, but I trust him so much. I don't tell him, hey, I want you to edit like this. He does his thing. Oh, that's good. He does everything. I never. Well, I've seen your stuff. That's him. And it looks really good. Like it all makes sense, and it's great. Like even the even the cuts are very natural, and I like it. But in the yeah, I hope that everything that I said
No, hey.
translates and makes sense.
With him, I just don't. I never question him. Like, hey, why'd you put it like this? Never. I just say, did you post it? I
No, it's
just ask.
good. Your stuff gets good views for what it does.
That's what he says. He says, hey,
It's
we
good.
got this many views. I'm like, and he always says, you. I said, it's not me. It's we.
It's us.
It's
Yeah, it's a
us.
we.
He goes, this is your part. I'm like, nah, it's not my podcast, dog. It's our podcast.
It's a team.
It's a team, and I feel like people forget about that because nowadays people want to elevate so much, so hard. They'll get in a position and be like, okay, I made it already, so fuck these people. It's not about that, man. It's about like, to me, the shine. If I can shine with somebody or help you shine, I don't want no credit. I'm just like, it's for you. You know what I'm saying? And most people are like, well, I did that. Well, I built that. No, man. That's their natural shine. Let them shine. People want credit for something you didn't fucking produce. Oh, you joined this fucking team or this program, but it's not you that did it. It's the person. Give that person their credit. Give them the
Yeah.
flowers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let other people water them, but you want the water for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I always tell people, and it's funny that you mentioned that because, or it's like, oh, people want things for themselves.
Yeah.
It's funny because, for example, like Persians and the Middle Eastern culture, they're wealthy. They're
Yeah.
really good. They
Yeah.
do really good in life.
Yeah. You know
And
why, right?
they could because they help each other.
Exactly.
Because they help each other.
Exactly.
And that culture is like something that like I really truly admire about them. Like I'm like, man, I wish I was born in that culture.
Yeah.
Because like everyone gets together, everybody treats each other like family. You're a business owner, you want to start a business, let's help you get that business.
Yeah.
You want to do this, let's help you get that. Let's help you do this, let's help you do that. And it's like, it's great. But in America, it's very like
Selfish.
It's free. It's literally free for all. It's insane. Like, have you ever played like Call of Duty or whatever?
Yeah.
You play free for all. It's literally like 50 people in a lobby, and you're like, and you just level up. You have to get to the top, but there's only one person that gets to go to the top. It's not everybody.
Yeah.
It's not all 50 people.
Yeah.
It's only one person
Yeah.
that gets to win the game, and that's the part that I'm like, I played that game and I was like, dang, I just went to like a really deep like thought because.
Yeah.
As Americans, it's like we don't want to help each other. Everyone's always closed off, independent. They don't care about socializing. They only care about themselves. They don't care about the people around them. So it's like if you're sitting at a dinner table, they'll pick off of everybody's plates and then they'll have it all to themselves and they'll take leftovers for themselves. Like literally, you know what I mean?
Dude.
But they don't share.
No, you're right.
There's no sharing. There's no like, and you know what I will say? If you're a real leader, you will share the food that's on your plate.
You have to
feed your other people
have
to make them successful.
Man,
that's a real leader. If you're a leader that's like all like free for all, like oh I made it to the top. What about everybody else
Your team.
from the beginning of when you
Yeah.
started till now, and even the people that didn't stay in your group and that had left. Maybe they were there for 3 months, a week, 5 years, 10 years. Maybe fell off after like 6.5 months.
Yeah.
Like. Those people and encounters that you meet along the way, they helped you get there. You didn't just make it by yourself. I didn't make it by myself. There's so many people that I've met along the way.
Yeah.
So for someone to say like, no, I made it, it's like, yeah, it's like, well, what about everybody else that's also helped you? You got to give them credit because they were also part of your journey too, and you can't forget it. And if there's one thing that the military had taught me in the leadership position is never forget where you came from. And I literally just had this conversation with James at the gym. So if he's watching this, we had that. You know exactly what conversation we're talking about.
Well, James is my.
We talked about that the other day.
Don't me and him talk about stuff like that. Oh, that's mine. Sometimes I've cried with James. You know, he's my brother.
That's good.
I love James. He's Vietnamese in Chamorro. You know. Yeah. I've FaceTime with his parents too. You know, like and him and
great.
like. That's one man that I admire since day one. You know, like I feel like his leadership skills are just a whole nother level. You know,
he's been through it.
He's a one-man army. You know, he has so much love. He gives to the
does.
world. You know, and that's one man I do share my little girl with. Like I could leave my little girl with that fool and I wouldn't even think about it. You know,
Trust.
I trust him. I
That's
trust
good.
him with my life. I could put my life in his hands and I wouldn't even question it. You
That's
know,
good.
And he's always talking about leadership skills. You know. And every time I see him, I apologize. I'm like, hey, dog, I haven't been coming around. You know, I'm going through some shit. He goes, brother, as long as you come and I see you, I'm happy.
Just show up.
You know what I mean? There you go.
Just show up.
Just show up.
Just all you got to do is just show up. But show up for yourself, you
Yeah.
know? Show up for yourself, and it's like you also you have a little girl that you need to show up for too,
Yeah.
as a father figure.
Yeah.
But then there, I'm not a parent, but I mean, if I could be a parent, I would just, I mean, obviously, yeah, they're a priority to me, but balance is key, transparency is key. You want to build a good relationship with them so they are A, successful, and B, like you guys have a strong bond, so you guys know that you guys have each other's back growing up. And it's like not one person's kind of, shying away.
Yeah, I love
So.
that. When I was in prison, I always did that. Like, let's say by the end of the month, we'll make some big ass spreads. Like just with food, and I made sure everybody that was where I was at, that were my people, they ate, and I still made sure the other races would eat too.
That's
And
cool.
people are like, why do you do that? I said, at the end of the day, dog, we're all here for what we did, but we all got families. We all want to go home to that family we have at home.
And that's like very strong of you to do because I mean I've never been to prison, but I've seen like shows and I've watched stuff where it's like the race is obviously is a big thing. You
It
go
is.
in, you walk in, and you immediately need to start finding your group and your
Yeah.
people right away because if you don't,
Yeah.
you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked, and it's
You
like
know?
yeah, you're either protecting yourself or you gotta find the people that you belong with. But I mean that's tough, like really putting yourself in a position where it's like you're not only feeding like the group that you belong with, but other people and showing that. And I kind of wish like maybe people, that went to prison have, seen that like, dude, like we all have skin.
Yeah.
We all, like, I know we're all different colors and
Yeah.
we all came from different backgrounds and whatnot. We're all serving time. We're all doing this, but it's like, if like we all have family, we just want to go home and see our kids. Like, don't we all want to do that? But I mean, I haven't experienced it, so I don't know that.
I tell people like this.
But I wish people had seen it that way, where it's like, why can't we all just work together and to just wanting to go back home?
This was my motto. I used to tell people, violence brings a lot of destruction. Violence brings harm to other people's families. It's an effect that you think you're hurting that person, but you're not just hurting him. You're hurting the group he belongs to, his family. So I used to tell people, like, if you're really gonna want to do something today, make sure it's worth it. Second, violence should always be your last resort. Violence should be your last option. If you don't know how to talk to another man or to another person, you shouldn't be speaking, right? It's like if you can resolve it, resolve it. Because I don't think nothing's that big where you want to put hands on somebody. Unless it got to do with your wife and your kids or they physically harmed you. Anything after that, what's the big deal, right?
Just gotta talk about it. Just be like, what's the problem?
Yeah,
But
people don't know how to communicate, and that's
yeah.
right.
People are they feel emotion. It's fight or flight.
And that's fucking that's deadly. Cause some people
They don't think.
Yes.
They don't think before they
Yes.
say or do, and that's huge. Like, you hear that all the time, but it's like I always tell people, like, do you ever practice it though? Do you ever practice it? Like, there's things that you learn in therapy and that people tell you, and there's advice that people give you, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do you actually practice it though? Because people are like, oh, you say this all the time, and it's like, well, practice what you preach. Like, people say that all the time too, but it's like, do you actually?
Yeah. Man, I'm a hothead.
Yeah.
I'm a hothead. Like,
You're quick.
Yeah. I'm quick. Like, I just jump.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't try to, I don't go to bars. I don't party. I don't go dance. I don't do none of the social shit you see people do. I don't do none of that shit. I'd rather be at home. I'll go paint, go to the park, read, draw.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm over that. I'm over the going to the bar, drinking. I don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Some people have like a bad mix when like alcohol enters your system. You're either really happy,
Yeah.
or you're really sad and you cry,
Yeah.
or you get really angry. Or it's
Yeah.
like, and if you're the person that like resorts to being angry, if anyone like bumps you, you're like, oh, what the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you watch me go, and you're like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. It's just
Yeah.
it's really crowded in here, and that could make someone like flip
Yeah.
so fast. But it's like it's hard. It can be really hard for people to control themselves in that environment. Especially if they, depending on like the background and how they grew up. And if they're very fast, it's, don't, you can control the environment. You control your feet. You control where you walk. You control where you move. So you decide to put yourself in that position. You know that what could possibly ever happen or go down, unless you're like, hey, this could possibly, you gotta think, right? Think before you act. Like, this could possibly happen.
Yeah.
If this does happen, what are we gonna do about it? If someone bumps into me, I'm drunk, whatever, and, you know, I'm getting angry about it, like, you need to come up with a game plan of, like, someone does that, you know that you're going to get triggered, so go walk outside. Go for a walk. There's no need to turn around and be like, hey, man, like, what the heck? Like, what was that all about? It's like, you told yourself, you know, hey, I'm going into this bar. I might get bumped into. I'm probably going to be drunk. I'm going to definitely act this way. I don't want to do that again, but I want to learn how to enjoy my environment, have a good time with my friends and family or whoever I'm with, or just by myself. And it's like, if that happens, what are we going to do? And you have to learn how to execute that, and it's so hard to do that. So hard to do that. I mean, when I get angry or upset, you know, like learning how to install
You go pick
boundaries.
up a gun?
Huh?
You go pick up a gun?
Oh, no, I wish. I wish. I'd be
No.
I'd be deadly. I
No.
mean, I would rather. I mean, people would be like, oh yeah, but it's nice because the way that I come off, people don't want to fuck with me anyway.
Yeah.
People are like, oh damn, like she looks intimidating, and I'm like, I look like that for a reason.
Yeah.
Because you know, especially if I'm by myself, like I need to protect myself.
You practice.
I don't want to be out like wearing. I mean, not that I don't like to wear dresses, but like if I wear a dress and like if I wear a dress in heels, like I look like I can't defend myself. Although I don't, like if I wear a dress, now people see me like this and they know how I dress. Like I'm basically always wearing cargo sneakers and like a baggy tee or like a fitted tee.
She
like,
is. Yeah, her shirts are
I got
big.
it. Like,
Yeah. Her shirts
it's
are
like
big. Yeah.
if you see me in a dress, like I mean anyone would think it's like that's not her. She's what the heck? Or I have like my boots on, my mechanic boots, and you know it's like I don't. People like she can't defend herself in freaking dress and heels. So it's like, but I know like as you know a bodybuilder that I am in the background of things, it's like, yeah, we don't want to fuck with her.
Let me ask you this: like driving, you drive BMWs, right? How's that? Like you race M3s or?
So that it's like the car that I have right now is a 2025 BMW M3 competition in Isle of Man green, which is such a dope green.
Yeah,
I love it. It's it's like it became one of my favorites the second I laid eyes on it. But that car is it's my commuter car. I daily drive it every day, and it's from BMW USA or BMW North America, however you want to put it, themselves. And I am partnering with them, and I partnered with them last year, but I'm partnering with them again this year for 6 months. And I'm advertising their military programs that they offer for active duty veterans, and you know people that are coming out, you know, transitioning from active duty to being a mechanic in the real world, and just giving them a good like program and direction to go into. And so with that and all the content that I'm creating with them and like having fun, creating that content, just doing all these pieces, they're also giving me a car to drive around, and create content with. And it's great and it's fun. And I'm truly blessed and grateful. It's weird because it's, I'm driving around like a 6-figure car.
I know you are. I seen that. I'm like, damn, okay, can I drive it?
Yeah, it's weird because I never would have thought I was going to be in that position to be doing or driving that car. I would have thought it's going to take me like years to accomplish, like 10. I'm probably not going to get that car till like I'm 50.
But you have it now.
I do have it now, and it is sponsored, and I'm really grateful for that. And hopefully one day I can officially own it like under my hands. But it's weird. In a good way, it's weird because I'm not used to that. I'm not used to driving anything like that with high technology, let alone a 6-figure car. It's super freaking nice. I mean, now it's badass. Like an M3's got a lot of history, a lot of history behind it, but it's history and heritage. Yeah. The M3s and any of the M cars, but yeah, I've for so long it's like I'm just so used to driving a 2000 car, and I was known for Subarus for so long, and so now BMW like kind of just took me under their wing, which is a whole other story within itself. Yeah, they
BMW is big.
Yeah, I didn't.
BMW is big.
BMW is big, and it's like I don't know how to ever thank them because they have changed my life. Like, and I say that in like literally any video that I make with them. It's like BMW's changed my life. They flipped it around 180 degrees for sure. And it's been, like if it wasn't for them or my sponsors, I literally wouldn't be sitting on this couch today, being like self-employed this year. And hopefully I can do it next year. and keep it going. But
You will.
yeah,
You
no,
will.
we gotta keep it chugging.
No,
So
you will, and that's people don't know, man. BMW's been around for so long. It's they're big into race. You know what I'm saying? They're big into racing, and their M3's like the original mark. You know,
it's like what their
known
signature,
for.
yeah, mainly what they're known
And
for.
those cars, once you pull them, they pull. They pull.
That one's 503. That one has 503 horsepower.
That one off the grip, you can feel it. You know what I'm
So
saying?
yeah, it's pretty insane, and it's like it is a blessing, and I feel like there's no I can say all these things about him all day. There's no words to describe how
You're
thankful I
sponsored. You're
am,
sponsored.
and yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I don't know another way to thank them. I don't know other words or better sentences to put together to say like how truly grateful I am to like be doing this and having this opportunity, being able to work with BMW and like having them invest in me and believe in me and supporting me in what I do and support me in my military background, which is huge. And now I get to lead other people
That's a blessing.
and have people find their own path in the motorsport or automotive world, no matter where they go. And that's what I want to provide. And as far as racing goes, one day I'll be back on this podcast and be like, yeah, I race for BMW. Unfortunately, I don't. I race for myself. I have my own team. But I do race with a team called Fetterhun Motorsports. And we all share. I'm a part-time driver for them. So I don't drive full-time because it's expensive and I can't afford it yet. But as a part-time driver, we do have he just obtained a second car. The team owner just got a second car, which I haven't been able to see or test yet. But the car that we're racing now is a BMW 528i. I don't know what year it is. I definitely know it's a 90s. But that's what we're racing right now, and we race in two different series. We race in Lucky Dog, and we race in Champ Car. And next week is when I leave to Ohio for the Champ Car series. It's an endurance race, and for anyone that's not familiar with endurance racing, it's basically a 16-hour race split into 2 days. So you can have minimum 2 people on the team, but we have 4. And each person has to drive for 2 hours to 2 hours and 30 minutes, at least.
Good luck.
So, I mean, every time I do it, it's like you hop in the car and it feels like you're in there for like 15, 30 minutes, and then someone's like, hey, you got to come to the pit. And I'm like, that's it? And like, yeah, your time's up, basically. And I was like, that's crazy. It goes by so fast.
I get fidgety.
You would think that you would be fidgeting, but like it goes by so fast, at least for me.
I'm like,
you're in there for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh,
You
man,
don't have a passenger. It's just you.
oh man, I'm good. I'm good.
But you got to think about it. You're going at high speeds. There's always something going on around you. The people are passing you. You're passing them. You got to concentrate in the corner. You got to think about the car, the engineering and the mechanics in the car, your brakes. You know, like how are they feeling? Your tires. It's hot. What's the weather like? There's so many different things that you're thinking about as you're driving. If you're like the first driver, tires are cold. Car is also cold. Nothing's really warmed up. Fluids are kind of moving. But if you're like someone that's the last, you got to think about, okay, 3 people have already driven.
Yes.
The car is already really hot.
Yes.
The tires are really hot.
Yes.
And the car doesn't really get a break. You know, like, where's your fuel at? You know, do you need to stop for fuel? Do you need a pit for fuel? There's penalties in like certain, you know, like when you go to the pits and you fuel up, you don't just go to the gas station, you fill up and you go. There's rules that you have to follow when you race. And it's, you know, you're working as a team, but it's like when you're the 4th person, you have a car that's already hot, that's already done, it's toasted, and you have to learn. Yeah. You have to learn now how to drive that and manage that because it's tired. Yeah. And you got to push it, but it's not that car when you're racing last is not going to be the same car when you're racing the first stint or the second or the third. You have a completely different beast. Yes. So that's the car that we're driving now, and that I'm racing next week. So September 5th is practice, 6th and 7th. And then besides that, I have a Mazda Miata 1999, which is a NB. And that's what I'm currently building and testing in. And so I'll be testing that in September. I already tested it last month in July. But in September, I'll be testing it again and finalizing everything so that way I can make my first official race in October. And that'll be on my birthday, which would be so sick.
October what?
Yeah. Huh?
October what?
October 19th.
19th?
Yeah. So that's when I'll be able to hopefully officially make that race with that car. It'll be my first race for the first season, although that is also the last race of the season with that car.
But would it be here in California?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be here in California. It'll be in Buttonwillow, which is a little bit of a drive. It's like right over Bakersfield.
It's all right.
But yeah, I mean, you guys are more than welcome to come out too if you
Dude,
guys want to
it'd
check it
be
out.
cool, like, to have you just like on the racetrack. Like, you're gonna come back.
No, yeah, I know. I'm gonna go back.
Man.
If your audience is like, yeah, have her back. Yeah, you guys can let us know in the comments or
Yes,
whatever email.
yes,
like,
yeah,
if you guys want
yeah.
me back on here, you guys can.
I
have
think
me back.
you're great, man. I think you're phenomenal, and especially if we can go to the track and just kind of watch what you do, so
Yeah.
people can get more of an eye of what's really behind the scene.
Oh yeah.
Because it looks good from behind the scene. Like, damn, that car's going pretty fast.
Yeah.
But it's like telling it nice, right? Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's different. It's different.
It's different. When you see it on TV, it's different. But then when you're actually in the suit
Yeah.
and you're walking out with your boots on and everything, it's
Yeah.
like,
It's
oh,
different.
this is real.
It's
like,
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, then you go out there and you're
Yeah.
out there with like 40, 50 people,
Yeah.
and you guys are all racing the same race, but there's different classes and stuff. And it's crazy. Every time I get in the car, like I'm always excited, and then it's like I sit down, I get strapped in, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I doing with myself? Like I always every time I leave the pits, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? It was a hobby for me, and then it turned into a career.
That's
All
beautiful.
by accident. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to be a marine biologist, having my degree in freaking Australia, testing the waters and whatever, coral reef and swimming with the sharks. And I'm like,
Really?
nah, I'm racing. Yeah. That's why I have I have
see
the
that.
shark teeth tattoo
Yeah.
here, because I'm obsessed with sharks.
Are
That's
you?
what I wanted to do. And then I have like a helm and an anchor, and I have one car tattoo that's behind my ear. It's the Ferrari one that everyone sees. But that's like the only one I have. Everything else is like nautical, or at least like the sleeves and like everything that I want to get is like all nautical.
So you're into sharks?
It's what I wanted to study. And then I also when I really got thinking about marine biology, I was like, I hate when people get seasick. I don't like to throw up. I don't want to get seasick either. And I was like, diving was really cool. And I was like, oh, it's sick. I'm like, I want to dive and you can see the world. And that's so cool. And then I realized my fear of throwing up, which is so dumb. But it's like, you can also get sick underwater too. If you have nitrogen poisoning, I think in your blood or something like that, if you the elevation stuff, I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe marine biology is not for me. I'm like, I'd rather be racing than being either potentially sick underwater, throwing up in my mask, or being seasick or being around people that are throwing up. I was like, I'm good. But the way that it all had worked out with racing was just, it was all accidental.
I'm a little stuck still with the water thing.
What
with
is
the
that?
sharks.
What
I'm
if
still
I
a little stuck, biologist. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's people didn't, they weren't expecting that. My whole life was I thought that I was going to finish high school, go to college, get my degree, because you finish high school, you go to college. That's what it all is, right? That's what society makes, you believe and think and stuff. You would go to college after high school. And so when I went, I was applying to all these colleges, and I got denied from all of them because my test score wasn't high enough, because I have testing anxiety, and that's the other thing that I battle too. I grew up with depression and anxiety, and it wasn't diagnosed with that until high school. And then I really dug into it over the 6 years in the military was what I was battling, and then the experience I had there, and that made it a lot worse. So yeah, I never got accepted into the colleges, and I refused to go to a college near my home because I didn't want to be with my parents.
Yeah.
That's what it circles back to. I didn't want to be with my parents. I didn't want to be stuck at a community college. I wanted to go to university or Cal State University and be away.
Yeah.
And be independent and be on my own and not be a follower anymore. I wanted to go find myself and be a leader, but I was also scared to do that. And so because I got denied from all my dream schools, I was like, thought about going to the military when I was in middle school. Kind of thinking about it now, I definitely don't want to go to community college and stay with my parents. So I was like, okay, I'm going to reconsider it. Went back in the military and then did my time. And now I have my benefits, and now it's taking care of me for sure. But I also, sacrificed myself.
Yeah.
And now I deal with injuries, which makes me feel like I'm like 80, but that's okay.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
No, yeah, we're all good now. I mean, it's worth it. I'm very proud of myself and the work that I had put in there, and proud of myself where I'm at today. If it wasn't for all that stuff, then I wouldn't be here. And yeah, it's just thought I was gonna be a marine biologist. Thought I was gonna have a really cool, project car, because life is, what is it? Life is short to drive boring cars.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's why I had the first car that I bought, which was 2006 Subaru WRX. It's what I was known for, and that's what I wanted to drive and kind of putz around in and stuff and have fun with. And I was like, okay, well, went to the military, decided to still get the car anyways. I'm like, well, I should still probably try to work towards my degree.
Yeah.
Try to work towards that. Started a car page. Everyone loved what I was doing. I was like really consistent and just having fun with creating content. Thank you.
Good.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I was just doing it for fun.
I love it.
There was no
It's
seriousness
good.
behind it. People loved it and enjoyed it, and they blew me up out of the water. And now I'm sitting at 150,000 followers.
Yeah, she does.
All just because people loved what I was doing. So
It's sincere. It's fucking. It's amazing. It's real good. It's entertaining too. Like you look at it like, damn, she can move.
Thanks.
Like you do so many things, man. You're like you're not just a one person craft. You do so many things, and for women, not too many women do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's
That's
hard.
inspiring.
I try to tell other women too. It's like you gotta follow your gut, practice what you preach,
Yeah.
really. Because for the longest time, if you look into like my old posts of when like we were posting pictures and not reels and videos anymore, it was like always motivational, like follow your heart, or follow your passion. Like they were all inspirational, motivational quotes to like really push people to go after their dreams, and be who you really want to be. And I like never took that for myself.
Yeah.
And so my sister had pointed that out, and because we were always bouncing back and forth, she's like, "Oh, how's school?" And I'm like, I was losing interest in it because I really was finding my way in the car industry, motorsport industry, racing world. Didn't really know where I belonged just yet, but I knew that's where my heart was gravitating towards, and I knew that's where I wanted to be. In marine biology, I was scared to break away from that because society is like, "Oh, you must get a degree in order to have a successful career and be paid." Yeah. And so I was like, I know I'm not getting paid from social media right now, but it's like I'm kind of scared to make that decision and sacrifice. And I think it wasn't until, I know it was definitely this year, but I had stopped, I like put a pause to my college career in getting my degree. And then that was in 2022 that I had put a pause on that. And then 2023, I really needed to figure myself out because I was going through some deep shit at the time, and I needed to take a step back. I was like, maybe get back in school. I don't really know yet, so I just got a part-time job. And then that's when I had seen opportunities like trickling in a little bit, and then I took social media a little bit more seriously in trying to see like, okay, well, how can I make my hobby into like a career? And so I put a little bit more work into it, and then I finally was getting opportunities in 2024. It's taken me 8 years to do what I'm doing right now. And it's like, it's enough to make a living, but not enough to where people are like, oh, you're social media content creator, you must like not do anything and be like filthy rich and live like in a penthouse. And I'm like, no, I don't. I barely make rent. In fact, I was telling you this earlier, and I'll say it again. I'm like, I spend a little bit more than what I'm making.
It's okay.
Which is okay. Like you have to learn how to invest in yourself, and you have to trust that process. But what really kind of helps me trust that process and keep myself grounded are the people that I meet, like you, my personal friend group in general, my parents and my family. Like, I mean, my parents are definitely supportive. Other people in my family, not so much. They're kind of on the back end watching some stuff. But I will say, like, the people that keep me grounded the most and like help me keep following stuff are like my friend groups and like people that I've met who are like I'm like close with at the gym. Like, I know sometimes like I just talk and like chit chat here and there, but there are very few people that like I consider myself like, I feel like we're tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like really cool, and I like how like we connected, and it wasn't just like, it wasn't like, hey, like, who are you or how are you doing? We connected naturally, and that's and I see the work that you're putting in, and I saw that you did a bodybuilding show and you were doing this, and then you started doing your podcast, and then you started putting out your own clothing company, and I was like, I can't breathe. I'm like, this guy's like, you gotta give yourself credit too. It's like, I do put in a lot of work, and I always tell women like, literally just like keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to trust yourself, and it's scary as fuck. I know. Like, I know. Sometimes every day, like I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I wish I had a job, or I wish I had a part-time job, or I wish I went back to bartending, or I wish I did this, or I wish I did that, but don't. You know what I mean? If you really want something and you're good at it, or you're really passionate about it, eventually there will come a time and place where God would be like, oh, yeah, she deserved it. Or, hey, we're going to bring her some opportunities. And that's where, like, it's just funny how, like, everything in this conversation kind of, like, all kind of closed in and came together. And it's like, you know, if I could, you know, tell other women that, it's like I could tell them a million times, like, you're scared, I know. I'm like, you might not have the best supportive group, and that can also make or break somebody when it comes to decisions like that, especially women. We're a little bit more emotional, which is fine. But they, you know, we need that little bit, like, safety blanket and, like, you know, to kind of make it, men on the hand, I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. And I'm like, fuck, I'm like, I wish I had the mind of a man, you know? I'm like, they just, like, they do it, they live on their own, they make their own money, they have extra money, they can go do whatever they want. They look like they have all the free time in the world, and then I'm like, as a woman, like, I'm like, frick, I'm like, this is so annoying. I'm like, I can't, like, I'm like, how are these guys doing this? I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't have a blue collar job, not an iron worker, so I'm not making $40 an hour. I'm like working at a bar, like I'm working at a regular, like, job, part, whatever, that's doing minimum wage. I'm like, well, geez, yeah, no wonder why. But it all just, you know, I was working a part-time job in the middle of everything, on top of still being able to get paid from the military, that, like, I was able to, you know, save enough to give myself some cushion so I can actually be self-employed and give myself the opportunity. And then everything else came with it. And everything else that aligned after that came with it too. So it's like, really trust your gut. For women out there, like, stick together. Like, stop being fucking mean to each other for absolutely no reason. If you're, like, mean dogging someone, or you just, we all have a resting bitch face, but, like, people, or maybe some people out there, or women, that are just, like, they preach to the world, like, oh, like, be nice to other women. Like, we need to stop being mean to each other for no reason. Like, stop being mean to each other. Why are you guys being mean? Some guy, like, guys, so simple. They get along so easy. Like, I mean, from what I've seen, you guys are just go, what's up, man? They're so easy. So simple. Women, you, like, look at each other and you're like, oh, I want to fucking kill her for, like, what? It's like, for what reason? You know? Like, be strong, be together, stop being mean to each other for no reason. You don't even know the other girl. So why?
And we're about to wrap this up, and I just want to say thank you, you know, and it's an honor, it's a blessing to sit here with you, and I'd love to have you back if it's okay with you. Maybe we can do some more things. I feel like you're a good
I'm a good
person.
yapper.
No, it's not even about that. It's about everything you do, and I feel like you can help out the community so much just with what you're saying right now. And if anybody wants to get a hold of her, please let us know how to reach you.
Yeah, if anyone wants to get a hold of me, fastest way is honestly through email. I know that sounds weird, but email me, Courtney, Courtney .Jane with 3 E's, so JAN with 3 E's, 98@gmail.com. You can message me or, you know, comment on my stuff on Instagram. I will see it, but it's really difficult for me to get to it. So my Instagram handle is Courtney Jane Racing, and those are the 2 ways. But I highly recommend, if you guys have serious questions and want a serious conversation, email is, like, the best and the fastest way. So any questions, regardless, or, you know, in regards to, like, racing or my career, military, support in the military, in life. I love to talk about life. I love to get deep into conversations like that. So if anyone needs any help, like, they're my inbox is open. Like, I'll chat with them all day long.
And thank you so much.
Yeah.
And really
Thank you for having me.
No, man, we're gonna make this a couple rounds. You know?
No, yeah, there's so much to talk about between me and you. So that's where I'm like, there's certain conversations that we have, and I'm like, man, I can't say that just yet, because I feel like in the podcast it'll all come out, and then we'll just branch in different areas.
Yeah, it's gonna, man. It's never ending, you know, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because it's good chemistry, communication. The conversation is great, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can talk all day about this stuff, and that's what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm trying to grow, and I've always been that type of person, and that's why I'm so grateful to you today. You know,
you're becoming your own leader.
Thank you.
And now you're creating your own community.
Thank you.
Regardless of how many followers you have, where you're starting now is like you're building all the people, you're collecting everyone that you want in your family, in your community, and help, you know, give them a sense of belonging. So that's exactly what you're doing. So you got to give yourself credit. You got to be nice to yourself.
I should, huh?
Be proud of you.
Yeah, I
He's
should.
showing up.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, be nice to
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
I would say that a million times. 'Cause that's gonna be
Yeah.
my motto of the year: is be nice to yourself. Give
Yeah.
yourself credit.
I'm gonna start too. I'm gonna start being nice to myself.
Tell yourself in your mirror that you're proud.
I'll
Did
do
you
that
tell you
today.
that? I don't know if
I'm
you
proud
did.
of myself.
Yeah, go tell yourself that you're proud of yourself. I'm proud of myself.
Thank you so much. And this podcast today is this podcast today is brought by. She made me kind of shy right now, but this podcast today is brought by TG Vista. I always want to thank them, especially Todd, James, and Rachel. That's family, you, and she really touched my heart today. So thank you for Tinman Podcast.